Hello everyone, Paulo P13 here, and welcome to today's video. This one's coming from a bit of a heavier heart than my normal videos, but with recent news, I wanted to make a little video about something, how it can relate to the game. As most of you probably know by now, there's been some... Chadwick Boseman has passed away. Chadwick Boseman, if you aren't aware, is the MCU actor for Black Panther, King T'Challa, as well as an amazing actor in a lot of things. He is actually someone that I considered one of the top 10 actors in the world right now. He was very, very talented, and tragically he passed away. And this one hit me hard. I'm not gonna lie. It definitely shocked me, and it hit hard. But here we are, and there you go. You can see on the screen now it says Wakanda Forever, and that is what today's video is actually going to be talking about. In honor of King T'Challa, Black Panther, his wonderful character that was portrayed for so many people and beloved by so many people, I'm going to talk about what can they do to show some justice for Black Panther to bring Wakanda back to relevance in this game. I say back to relevance. Whether they were relevant at any point or not is debatable by is heavily debated to this day, which I'm not going to really get into now. But basically, they are a team that it's really hard to say they don't have a lot of potential. They have a lot of things that work really well and some things that just don't quite work perfectly. So in this video, I'm breaking down everything that we can do, some minor changes, nothing too big, but some minor changes they can use to bring this team back into relevance. So I'm just going to go over the characters and talk about some minor things they can change to make these characters, make this team viable, usable, that's not going to be overly complicated, like it's not changing the entire team, not a massive rework, but just some minor things to bring some justice to the team. So let's get into that. First off, also, on the pleasant side of news, I am back home finally, which is exciting. So I got the green screen back. Things should be sounding a little better. Things should be looking a little better. Overall, the videos are going to be better. Streaming again, starting tonight. So excited for that. The internet's working here. It wasn't working when I was away, so it's nice being back after over a month. But anyways, let's get into this. First off, we have Okoye, who is often considered the worst of the Wakandans. And yes, my Okoye is the biggest of the Wakandans, but I 100% agree she is the weak link. The things that she should be doing, she doesn't really do that well, which is a shame because before the Wakandan team was made, the original leaked kit of Okoye was really good. It was promising for a whole different team, but they went a different route with her, and it made sense, but it didn't really work out the way that it was planned. So, like, currently we take a look at this basic. First off, I had to T4 the basic because I used this team for a fair bit for a lot of things, but it's kind of insulting because it clears a positive effect, and it just gains an extra 50% focus when you use that T4 and like 20% damage. It's not a great damaging ability, and that extra focus is pretty bad. But it's almost necessary because on so many situations where you're using this basic, it wasn't enough focus. So that 50% has been pretty decent. But this is also the way that she assists is based off of this ability. So this is there's a basis for something good here. Honestly, here's what I think they need to do to make the first step on making the Wakandans better. Take a look at this basic. Improve the focus on Okoye altogether, first off. Instead of gain extra 50%, gain an extra 150% extra focus for this attack. And then instead of clear a positive effect, clear 2 positive effects, and add an extra stipulation. If the primary target has a taunt, remove taunt. Like, the first effect will be taunt. You know what I mean? Like, if primary target is taunting, remove taunt and another positive effect. If it is not taunting, clear 2 random positive effects. Basically, one of the biggest issues with Wakanda, you rely entirely off this ability to clear positive effects. And if you're going against a tank, you can clear like death proofs, regens, but you get stuck on that taunt. So if you make it a stipulation like the first positive effect, if it's there, that gets removed is taunt, that would be a huge step forward for this team. A little extra focus 2 positive effects, and clear taunt, as taunt being one of them guaranteed. This special right here, it's gives defense down and chains to one adjacent target. Simple fix, just give defense down to both targets, and that would make this a significantly better ability. Now the ultimate here, gain offense up, attack primary target for 250% piercing, reduce speed bar by 30%. If I were to upgrade with T4, it would be 50%. Simple, add slow. That would make this significantly better already, but this isn't a bad ability at this point. But for that many, for that big of a cooldown, slow is really not too much to ask. Back when this came out, it was a pretty decent ability, but a lot of characters have similar things now that just do a little more. So adding slow would be cool. Now the passive, yeah, the passive is fine. Nothing huge here. Okay, see, gaining 20% chance to assist now. That's nice. I wish it was maybe give an extra 20% for Black Panther because she's most likely to assist him, but that's fine. Overall, the passive isn't too bad, but she definitely needs a focus boost. Just make the minor tweaks to the basic, special, and ultimate, and Okoye will be a useful member of this team. And my goal here isn't to make Wakandans the new meta team. It's to do some minor fixes that kind of make them work more accurately to what they were meant to and give them a spot in the game. Now, if I wanted to, I could just say do the Asgardian treatment where everyone gets like 20% healing on turn and this team would be indestructible. But that's not what I'm going for here. So I'm very curious what you guys think of what they can do to help improve this team and make them better. Let me know in the comments or join my Discord. Let me know there. There's a link to that in the video description. But let's keep going. Shuri here, attack primary target and all adjacent targets for 200% damage. Apply heal block to primary target for 2 turns. Easy. Apply heal block to all the targets. There's no reason this could only be the primary target. It honestly doesn't make sense that it's only the primary target. So just make it primary and adjacent targets, and it's pretty much solved. This special is a weird one because it's a very good ability. It's on a good cooldown. The only thing is, the generate ability energy for one random Wakandan ally, it's not a great ability. Honestly, it's not. It's not a great upgrade. There's no other Wakandan where you like get this one random ability energy for one of them that's going to like really help you, especially if you can't control it. So I don't know what to say. Maybe you can't really just give yourself more like an extra ability energy because that just, I mean, that would be great, but it could just be to one random ally or to adjacent ally, like the Star-Lord special. That would be pretty good. One generate ability energy for one adjacent ally. Beautiful. I think that would be a good way of doing it because we already have the 2 random allies there, but overall, that the T4 isn't great, personally. So yeah, that's my thought on that, because it doesn't go for self, but easy fix. Now for the ultimate, what I have here is just add a line of text before it, because this is actually a great ability, but just to make it fit with the team a little better, add another line on top. The first thing that it does is clear heal block from all Wakandan allies. That alone could make this team so much more viable. But it's such a small thing. The spawn speed, apply speed up to self and all Wakandan allies. That's great. Heal most injured ally. That's nice. It would be cool if it would be like heal self and most injured ally, but that's not a big deal. Defense up, generate ability energy. Here is all I would say. Where it says in raids, just remove the in raids. These don't need to be raid special. If they were in war, this team would be a valuable war team. And honestly, they're not a bad war team. They have some uses. They're not the best, but you can still use them, especially when they're as big as mine. But if you were to take those lines out, that alone could make a big change for this team. So far, let me know what you guys think. Where would the team fit in today's game if they made these minor tweaks that I'm talking about? See, Black Panther here, obviously my favorite actually of the Wakandans overall, but Shuri is probably the best in the game, but Black Panther is still pretty great. Yeah, the basic is actually not a bad ability, and it's been useful for a lot of different campaign nodes, but so that's pretty good. Honestly, Black Panther's kit is pretty great. I think if they gave him the extra health, it would be pretty good. Maybe a slight damage boost and a slight health boost, and that's really all he needs, because none of these abilities are particularly standing out as they need a specific tweak to make it better. Yeah, this is nice. The ultimate is pretty nice. Overall, the one thing is maybe not lowering the amount of damage for the AoE, because that it seems like sometimes it would be better to use the actual one, but just instead of attack all enemies for 220% damage, instead of the attack primary for 250, just make attack all enemies 250% damage as well to really get you the benefit of being charged. I think that's nice. But it does gain extra damage per charged, so I guess that's fine. There's nothing really significant. And the passive is a wonderful ability. That's, yeah, nothing really to say there. And we got Baku. Baku is a very interesting character. On Wakandans, he is the sturdiest tank in the game. If you take him off of Wakanda, he's very sturdy, but he doesn't really do a whole lot. And I don't mind a character being tied into their team, especially in Baku. He does that very well. The only thing I would say is get rid of the in raids on block, in raids gain this. Just make it happen in all game modes, and that significantly improves the character and the whole team. A lot of my tweaks are just don't make them specific for raids. Let them do it in all the game modes. They may not be the greatest raid team in the game, but if they have all those boosts in war, that's significantly better. If you can use them in blitz, it opens up so much more for you to use this team for. Again, Okoye, some fixes, a couple of little lines on Shuri. In Baku, this ultimate's pretty nice, honestly. There's not much to say there. This special is pretty nice, honestly. If you could get like defense up or death proof on that would be cool, but it's not a big deal because he's blocking so many things. He's going to have defense up from Shuri, but if he gives them to himself, it helps him on non-Shuri teams. But overall, Mbaku's pretty good, and Killmonger is a pretty great character too. They actually did do a tweak that the main tweak I would have suggested was this line here. It was only in raids, and now it's not, so that's pretty great. Overall, everything kind of works pretty well. So the main things I would say is if they go through all the kits, and wherever it says in raids, just make it apply to every single game mode. That is the biggest tweak they need to do. Killmonger, he's fine. Black Panther is fine. Those are both good characters that work outside of the team. In Baku, just maybe add like a buff he gains with his special. Again, on top of the in raids removing, just so that he can work a bit on his own and he doesn't have to be in a Wakandan team to be decent. That would be pretty great. Okoye is the one that needs the most tweaks. Fix the basic with making it 2 positive effects instead of 1, and make it prioritize the taunt. That would be a huge thing. Improve her focus, because her focus is not great. And a T4 for 50% extra focus is kind of insulting. Just give a little extra focus for that, because if you're going to spend a T4 so that you can strip buffs, make sure it strips the buffs. Special, instead of just giving defense down to 1 target, there's no reason it can't give defense down to 2 targets, or maybe 2 turns. Easy fix there. The ultimate, add slow to the speed bar removal. Not a huge deal. Overall, I don't think I'm asking for a lot of changes, but with everything, honestly, these are simple changes that could bring this team from not really relevant to a usable, relevant part of this game. And I think, if anything, that would be, given everything that's going on, a really great thing for them to do. I would love to hear all of your guys' thoughts, but please, if anyone here from Foxnet Scopely is actually watching this video or hearing it, please look into this. This is honestly one of the things I most want in the game right now, because it's deserved. It's kind of needed. And I think a lot of people know that this has been needed for a long time. I am a big Wakanda defender in comparison, but I know for a fact they're probably not even in the top 16 possible teams you can use for war. You're probably going to have to stretch to 20, 25 teams before you get there, and most people are choosing to break up the Wakandans and give them a reason to keep the Wakandans together. That's all I'm asking for, and not just in raids, because there are better raid teams out there nowadays. So just give us something, and that's all I'm asking for. So anyways, I'm sorry this is a little bit choppier of a video. Just thinking about Wakanda, and I'm trying not to dwell too much on everything, but it's been a hard one. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, but I do hope you enjoy this, and I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Leave a like if you think this is good. Let me know if there's any other teams or any other teams you want to see me say how they can be fixed and how they can be improved, or anything like that. Give me video ideas. I love getting video ideas. In the comments, in the description, you'll find a link to a Discord. Let me know there. Yeah, guys, I do hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you guys are doing well. And as always, I'm here to help.